On the savannah, not every hunt begins with the search for prey. On some days, the first thing humans must face is the presence of another hunter. The morning on the savannah begins slowly. The early sunlight is not yet harsh, just enough to reveal the small details on the dry ground. The Hadzabe group leaves the camp in a familiar rhythm, each person carrying a bow and the experience gained from many years of living with this land. No one says in advance what they will hunt today. Their hunt always begins with walking and observing. They move without haste and never spread out too far. Every step has a purpose, reading the ground, noticing pressed grass, listening to faint sounds from a distance. At times, the whole group stops simply to study a faint trace, then moves on without exchanging a word. For the Hadzabe, understanding does not rely on speech. The prey may be somewhere ahead, but it is not the only thing they pay attention to. The wind blows in an unusual direction. A few birds fly lower than normal, then quickly change course. These small signs say nothing clearly, yet they are enough to remind the group that they are not the only ones searching for food on this savannah. The pace of the hunt slows as a result. Sometimes they change direction, even when the trail is still visible. Sometimes they stand still for quite a while, as if making sure the surrounding space still allows them to continue. This is not hesitation, but a survival habit shaped over many generations. On this land, the presence of lions does not need to be seen to be understood. It is reflected in the way the Hadzabe walk, in the distance they keep from one another, and in knowing when to move forward and when to wait. The hunt is still ongoing, but from this moment on, every decision must be more precise. If you can feel the slow rhythm and the quiet tension of this hunt, don't forget to hit the like button. The silence stretches longer than usual. The wind shifts, carrying a familiar scent, but this time it no longer feels distant or abstract. Ahead, the lion becomes clearer. Its movements are slow and heavy, as if the land itself is urging it to stop. The Hadzabe do not move forward right away. They remain still long enough to read the entire space, the distance, the direction of the wind, and the weariness visible in every movement of the lion. This is not a moment of impulse. It is the result of countless observations, of many attempts at avoidance that are no longer possible. One person steps forward half a pace. The bow is raised, steady and deliberate. There is no shouting, no rush. The others hold their positions, forming a quiet line where every movement matters. In that moment, the savannah seems to hold its breath. The decision is made not to prove strength, but to bring an end to a danger that has lasted too long. The lion does not charge. It pauses, then slowly lowers itself, as if accepting its own limits within this harsh cycle of nature. When the stillness returns, everything unfolds quickly and without excess. No one stands and looks longer than necessary. The Hadzabe lower their bows and step back, returning that space to the savannah. For them, bringing down the lion is not a victory, but a necessary ending, one that ensures the safety of the camp and allows life to continue. The hunt shifts into a different state. The air feels lighter, but there is no excitement. Because the Hadzabe understand that on this land, every ending carries a long responsibility. Was the Hadzabe's choice a necessity of survival, or a boundary that is difficult to accept? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. As the evening light fades behind the savannah, the atmosphere in the Hadzabe camp begins to change. The steps on the way back feel lighter, and more conversation fills the air. The tension of the daytime no longer holds its place. In its stead comes a clear sense of relief. A difficult day has been made it true. The campfire is lit more quickly than usual. The flames rise bright, illuminating faces that have finally relaxed after hours of focus. There are short laughs, simple jokes, no long explanations needed. For the Hadzabe, joy does not come from retelling what happened, but from knowing that the entire camp is safe. Food is prepared in a lively mood. Each portion is passed hand to hand, with no one left aside. Children sit closer, their eyes filled with anticipation. Elders smile quietly, watching the energy around the fire. This meal is not only about filling empty stomachs, but a clear sign that life is still moving forward in the best possible way. As everyone begins to eat, conversation flows without pause. Bursts of laughter come naturally, as if the whole camp is finally releasing what remains of the long day's wait. No one mentions the earlier encounter, yet everyone understands the meaning of this meal. Today, they crossed a boundary together and returned whole. The campfire stays bright, the laughter softens but never fully disappears. On the savannah, joy is rarely expressed loudly, yet in this moment, the sense of celebration is unmistakable, not because of victory, but because another day has been lived, another meal shared, and everyone is still together. As the campfire slowly dies down and the laughter fades, the savannah returns to its familiar nighttime rhythm. The hunt does not end with noise or celebration, but with a shared meal and the simple feeling of being together. For the Hadzabe, this is how a day comes to a close, complete, humble, and in harmony with a way of life they have followed for generations. If you felt the story of survival behind this meal, don't forget to subscribe and continue the journey with us in the next authentic explorations.